FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.
White, Peruvian, take flight, ride the wind, long nights, getting it in. Is this the life of a hooligan? Ninjas on the street, they're trying to avoid the. We have to let the heat spark. Gunshots, circle of death, calling it the work shift. Mind blown, mind gone. Just took a life he don't care about his own. But this is what the youth talk, turned up. Mommy offered those pills, plus she coked up. Out to celebrate, told it's the last days. Racing, chase away the pain of his lane. Ain't no shame, she peeling off her lace and things.
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFam.
Hey, this little motherfucker, nigga, bitch. Hey, I threw my soul on this motherfucking beat. I kill a nigga just to make sure that I eat. Listen to my heart, I hear my daughter when that beat. Talk to Moo, he hear that shit when I speak, yeah. Mama told me watch all the company you keep, yeah. Slide on the west and then we post up on the east, yeah. I'm on your neck, it ain't no motherfucker sleep, yeah. Creep up on you, I know some motherfucking creeps, yeah. Hey, just be patient till time gon' come. Like a rock star on the stage, I just mind my drum. Pull a pistol in the middle of some beef, I'm behind my gun. If it ain't the police, you can never name a time I run. Easty nigga, I kept that dope in my socks, okay. You better duck or get motherfucking shot, yeah, okay. You ain't my brother if you fucking with ops, yeah, okay. Stick up your plug and have him take me to your spot, yeah, okay. See, you don't understand that peek through them blinds. I was dancing with the devil, brother, time after time. Guarantee you see murder, you take a look inside my eyes. Money called me and told me they all acting surprised. Can't believe what you saying, I know you wear a disguise. You gon' fail trying to play me, you gon' die trying to try. Put some shots in this other body, put his soul in the sky. I am not with the back and forth, all my niggas trying to slide. I'm feeling through my soul.
I got so much shit on my mind, I'm taking my time and I losing my mental. I am ready to eat nothing preacher for fun. We all need dirt, so don't call them selling. And right now I'm just drowning in thoughts. My dog in the court, I hope this is great. I'm 762, get the flipping like Tony. I ain't gonna do it out with First Fam West Radio. And your man's Mr. Illustrator, and on the ones and twos. And that boy Pop Yerks for you on the spin. He got a nigga something. I didn't even niggas up now, nigga. You heard me say shit that I ain't do. I'm doing more spinning and spinning. And I got some shit in the cut I've been waiting to use. More than 3 bitches, they all confused. I can send her and she'll get you wet like a pool. You fuck off, but she know her mouth is cool. I'm a dog in public, she know on the real new spinners. And they about to go make the news. Manners. They run the Glock in the school. Wish they would listen to rules. So we all got some lessons to lose. Woods ain't gripping, Draco's ripping. Let's see if you got problem with family. Nigga ain't come on my mama, but that's to my brother. So that mean you look at his family. We in all black and we creeping with cuddles. They make the wrong move and he up it. I hope you been putting your paper away, cause we never know when they coming. The spot of the yo is the safest place. I showed them the route, it's the right away. From the hood, but I gotta find and take it a mansion and I move my dogs away. And so many times they didn't expect me to win. Probably want me to lose, but I stand on 10. I'm catching a break, so we gotta break. Probably never be in this position again. I got so much shit on my mind, I'm taking my time and I losing my mental. My young buddy.
What's good? What's good? This is your boy Ill, back at it like a crack addict in the trap active. We got another episode, some more reactions. Ill reacts. We got Munchie B, man. Munchie been on the internet blowing up as far as, we've been going viral. This whole thing with him, Fed Flakko, I like to call. It's just been some wild shit. But it's looking like he done maybe said a little bit too much on the internet, so now they saying that he may need a DP. So we got some keyways and some damos that's not feeling what he's doing. And man, y'all know about this Pooh Shiesty Big30 Gucci, man, whole situation, man. His pops, mob boss. It's looking like they saying no evidence. Like they can't prove what's been out there. That this whole kidnapping and whole force extortion, all this whole situation going down. We can get right into that, but let's get into this. We got Pete Brazy, y'all know Figaro Facts, the who's. Let's go check them out, man. Bloods and Crips pull up to no jumper to beat up Munchie B from Inglewood family. This is wild. Let's get to it.
with an open person case, leave it alone. Dead homies, it's way more stuff out here. With an open person case, leave it alone. Dead homies, it's way more stuff out here to get to make content about, gang, than that. Especially if you gang members, let Flakko and them eat that up. Dead homies. You know what I'm saying? That's them. They already said who they was. Y'all hiding in them closets. Dead homies.
What it do, YouTube? What it do? I ain't gonna lie. That's the reason why I never cover that content. I only cover stories that been on the news. This story's not even on the news. There's no police report about it. And if you guys really watch Poetic Flakko's video, you'll see he didn't provide one proof that the guy unalived Draco the Ruler. So all of this is just a rumor.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. I don't be doing none of that open source, open report type content, man. That shit is bogus. We don't do nothing. We got open cases, man. We ain't do none of that. That shit hit the news, and we decide it's interesting to go and give our opinion, reaction to it. We gonna do that. But other than that, man, we ain't on that goofy shit. Leave that to other channels. Let's get back to it.
If Poetic Flakko is wrong, that guy is gonna sue the hell out of Poetic Flakko. It might not be safe for Munchie B at no jumper, because everybody know the time that he be over there. The Stink Team sent K7 this message. Another member told K7 that Ralphie need a DP. The Stink Team wants to DP Ralphie for making them look bad. They said why he ain't punch on Munchie B. They're both employed by the same white guy. Now K7 responds by saying this. He tried to defend Ralphie the plug. He said how he gonna punch on Munchie B when he never sees him at no jumper because they work different time and day. A Stink Team member said this. He said Ralphie knows the day that Munchie B works. If I knew the day a guy who keeps speaking on my brother works, then I'm gonna be there till he got no choice but to run my fade. He said we're tolerating stuff that Draco would never do. If Ralphie was the one that got unalived, Draco would have been yanked on Munchie B. Now here's where things get spicy, my boy. K7 said no jumper won't let nobody come on different days. Plus Adam's security be walking that blind man to his car. I know for a fact because I tried. K7 admits to waiting for Munchie B in the parking lot. Man, things are starting to get spicy.
I think we got Munchie B, who's, he's legally blind and he's a handicap, and that wouldn't look good on that. He's gonna be a business owner, and he got people that's employed, and this dude that happens to be a handicap, man, and something happened to him, bro. That she already got that other stuff that he's dealing with. I don't think he wanted to add that to his repertoire.
My boy. Bobby A said the Bloods need to hold Munchie B accountable for the things he said. He said he needs a DP.
But Munchie don't give a because if they do apprehend Munchie and say, hey man, this is the charges that's being brought against you, Munchie gonna tell on everybody. The nigga gonna go into protective custody and he gonna live out the rest of his days in darkness. Forgive me, I shouldn't have said that. But the thing is, because when and it's
I think Bobby A is funny as fuck. And make sure you go check out Bobby A. Go check out Bobby A channel, man. It's funny. Fuck with cuz. But yeah, man, he calling for Munchie B to get a DP, man. Just get wild, bro. They want a DP, your boy. What y'all think, man? You think Munchie B deserve to get a DP? Some people say he handicapped. Why would we DP a handicap? So, I don't know. They could probably make it happen. I'm quite sure they can make it happen. Definitely make it happen. Shit. But, yeah, what y'all think? Y'all think Munchie B should get a DP even though he's legally blind? It's crazy, right?
no disrespect to anybody. When it's crib business, everybody be having their nose up in it. Man, I got my nose in the crib business, but now it's Damo business. How the Damu's gonna react and respond to this? Is niggas gonna hold Munchie B accountable? Is gonna give Munchie B his walking papers? Is this gonna?
I don't think they're gonna give that man his walking papers. He represent the B team. They probably give him a scolding, like, look, man, you fucking up. Put that bottle down. Don't be going live. Don't be going on Clubhouse. None of that shit. As far as the DP, I mean, shit. Well, they gonna get another handicap member, get him in the back seat, and then they can just have their way with him. I don't know.
DP Munchie B, is nigga gonna holler at Munchie B? Is Munchie B going to be reprimanded, castigated, or is this gonna be something niggas gonna sweep up under the carpet? It's been a few things in the community of Inglewood and throughout Los Angeles that Munchie B was privy to, and Munchie B done told on niggas, man, he's a confidential informant.
Now, Bobby,
you might have spoke to
Allegedly. I ain't seen no paperwork. Look, I ain't seen no paperwork. I don't know nothing about Munchie B telling on nobody. So on this channel, we definitely not putting that message out there. But this is this man, and that's what he feels. So he feels that Munchie B is out here working for them boys, them alphabet boys, and he assisting the law enforcement to get brothers locked up. It's crazy, right?
soon.
Because Red Eyes from Inglewood family summoned Munchie B for a DP. Red Eye said F Big Munchie and all his supporters. Your 2-on-1 is waiting for you outside. Man, things are starting to...
So they talking about giving that nigga a 2-on-1. He can't see, so... Man, he gonna have no advantage, but I mean, it's a DP. How long they gonna let two dudes whoop on him? And like I said, these two dudes, like, they can't both have a sight. That's a slap. Come on, man. They got at least tie a rag around their eye. You know, they both can't have the same, eye covered up. Switch it up. Put them on both on either side of Munchie B. You know what I'm saying? And just to make it fair, because they ain't legally blind. They gotta have one of their hands tied behind it. That's what I feel. That's what I suggest. Both. If you gonna get the 2-on-1, they got to have a bandana across the eye, and they gotta have one of their hands tied behind it back. Let's get that. Let's get that. But shit, I ain't from Inglewood family. That ain't my politics. But what y'all think?
Get spicy, my boy. He said if you hide from your DP, then we'll come to No Jumper soon. Damn, imagine getting DP'd at No Jumper. Brace had a message from Munchie B, and this is what he had to say.
This is how it come to my attention. I see a clip that this nigga Munchie, Figaro Facts, no cap, said, I pass the bottle every day to the nigga who smoked Draco. When he said it, it blew my mind on JM Graves. When he said it, it blew me back on Damo. I'm like,
I ain't gonna even lie. When I heard that I was like, what the hell? But I don't know. He could have been just like I say, where they trolling, just like they do in other states when they're trolling their ops and individuals. It's not nothing that you can use to incriminate them and get them locked up.
I'm like, never in a million years did he get comfortable enough. I said, never in a million years did he get comfortable enough that to just go on the net and say, I know who blew down peoples. I be with him all the time. For Flakko situation, he a non-affiliate, he telling y'all that he's saying he bad peoples. On Damo, he's saying I'm with this shit. So
as well as what he said on the internet. So let's get straight into it. Now, Smack told Munchie, you had no business to be on the internet talking about you pass a code 45 every day with the person that unalived Draco. And he told Munchie, I don't give a damn if you drunk or not. You get no pass for that, because if you're too faded where you can't control what you say, don't go to the internet.
Yeah, like, this is the dude that killed him. I be passing.
That's a fact. You be stuttering and shit. You be all over the place. You can't get a pass for everything that you do that's not that's not using gangbang ethics. You out of pocket. Shit, you need to get disciplined as well. You're gonna still be up in the mix. He said how his day get down. He be on the block.
The bottom to him every day. Why would you say that? I think he was drunk. I don't give a fuck if you drunk or not. You don't need to be on stream or doing nothing if you're drunk.
Now, Smack said all due to Munchie B's big mouth. Whack 100 started creating theories saying that all the police needs to do now to find Draco the Roller's killer is to go through Munchie B's phone. Because if he drinks with him every day like Munchie B claims, that the need for show should be on Munchie B's contacts.
And then he says that. Now he got Whack 100 saying, yeah, that's all that they need. Now the police can come go through his phone and do all this. Y'all just building cases, my nigga. And I'm not.
Look, Smack said, now that he said all that, Whack 100 done said that, all the police gotta do is go through Munchie B's phone. He put it out there that he communicated with the alleged unaliver of Draco on a regular basis. Man. And see, they gonna hear Whack saying that, they already heard it. So they like, yeah, this nigga said this, so it must be true. Let's go and check this out. I don't know, Munchie, man. You're running your mouth too much. You're doing too much. You're doing too much, bro. So that's the question. Shit, do y'all feel that Munchie B may need a DP, man? What y'all think? Man, get in the comments. Let us know. This is crazy work, dog.
Not with that, bro. Like that's then they put YG involved in it. YG had nothing to do with that, bro. Shout out my bro YG.
Now, do not tell Munchie, being that you part of the streets and Flakko's not, you shouldn't be talking about no unsolved murder, and then say the person that allegedly did it, you sit with them every day. Now, Bruno said times have changed, because gangbanging used to be secretive, but all due to the internet and people clout chasing, you have all these gang members going on the internet announcing DPs.
How the fuck, since when are we in a world where people are talking about DPs that are coming? Because motherfuckers talk.
Now, Compton AD said one thing he learned about LA podcasting is everybody trying to up the next ninja. And it evolved from people talking about fights that they had in jail to now going on the internet and bragging about the bodies they caught. Now, Compton AD said while all these gang members is going on the internet bragging about the bodies they caught, they're not realizing they ain't making no money off the internet off of this ish.
We didn't.
Yo, that's Paperboy Newsstand. Y'all go check out his channel. Too Gangster for YouTube. Go check out the channel back on Fig. Oh man, this is crazy. Morals over money, man. Go check out your boy channel. We got some more content. Munchie B is speaking on this whole situation. How he feel that Poetic Federal and Deputy Whack has joined forces to create YouTube police unit, man. And they trying to get him locked up, so he feel like he gonna have to sue these niggas, man. He not with it, man. So let's get into this.
Yo, Daddy Whack just said he was there with the brother. How many brothers he got? He was there with the brother. Everybody know Ralphie was there early. Ralphie's on interview saying he was there early. What are we talking about? Hey man, people gotta stop with this BS, man. Hey bro. And I think, man, I just gotta get me a good civil lawyer. I'm gonna just start suing niggas, bro, because cause I can't get gangster with nobody. You feel me? Because I see the.
Yeah. You may have to start suing niggas because they are fucking with his name, man. You're a public figure now. You may have to do that. Your boy Whack has said that in the past. He said he gonna sue niggas. He was gonna sue the World Star. So come on, I don't know. You may have to. May have to get you a lawyer. What y'all think, man? You think Munchie B should get him a lawyer for all this slander and how they smutting his name out on the internet? Get in the comments.
Games people play. Hey, Whack's supposed to be from Peru. Ain't nobody about that. How could I win with Whack, bro? How? Help me out in the comments. How could I win with Whack 100, bro? If he got the police on his side. The police, other than LGBT, they the deepest gang in America. How could I beat Whack? I gotta sue him. Cause he said a lot of defamatory things. I gotta sue him, bro. That's it. All right. Speaking of suing, Draco family, they got a wrongful death suit out on Live Nation, bro. And you got people coming out with content like what Flakko dropped that week in a case. All right, next clip.
When Draco, his security guard, Ralphie, K7, Chief and Heavily, when they got to the festival, they went to the security entrance for the artist. When they got to the security entrance for the artist, the security guard said, "What's up, blood?" And they told Draco the Ruler they can't go through that entrance, even though Draco the Ruler was performing, he was an artist. And he's like, what?
So now he's saying that the security for Live Nation was Bloods. The security for Live Nation was Bloods. You see what I mean?
It's crazy, bro.
Look, the call with.
How did you know that, Flakko? Where'd you get that information from? How did you know that they was gang members?
Those may not get paid at all from Live Nation, bro. Because you want to play games on the internet. This is all a play, bro. Listen, if I got to, I'll go grab it. That's on my daughters, bro. Wacc is on No Jumper. On one of them days, Ralphie is there. He come in, walk in, he sit down with the rest of the cast. They chopping about whatever they chopping about, and he tell Ralphie, that lawyer handle that. So what? Ralphie and them family using a lawyer through Wacc? Come on, bro. Because if they is, we could tell. We could see if you used this lawyer in the past and they using it now. Because I heard you said on No Jumper. If I got to take the time to go find it, I could. All this is a play because you team them. You don't feel me. You don't like YG, bro. Let's keep it real, bro. People, you playing games and you running the play through Flakko, bro. And it's not straight, bro. People, y'all playing too many games on this internet. That bullshit video have no credibility. This shit is shot. Bro. Like, come on, man. Let me see. 17, 18, 19, 20. Hey, look, bro. All right, man, look. Now, Flakko, he trying to play victim, right? Trying to play victim. And he saying, I'm trying to get on fire from No Jumper, all this little ish or whatever. Oh, whatever. All right, next clip.
My coworker Munchie B has been trying to get me fired from No Jumper for a while now, which is odd because I'm the only reason he's on the channel. But I have a video later this week where we dive more into Munchie B. But let's just talk about what's going on, okay, today. So I seen a video on the No Jumper Clips channel where Munchie B is essentially trying to convince Adam, like publicly. He's already been trying to do it in a group chat, but he's now trying to convince Adam publicly that doing business with me is a bad idea. And I just thought this whole situation is hilarious and funny. They were on a No Jumper show react.
Okay, listen. I just told the truth. This little fiasco you putting on right now is the exact reason why people don't want to sit on that No Jumper and get an interview. They don't. It's the whack BS and shit like this that Flakko is pulling right now. So what street rapper want to come sit down at No Jumper following this circus?
Munchie B ain't lying, man. With all the shenanigans, paperwork, and snitching, and plays being ran, no real credible artist would come up there and do no type of interviews, man. It's brought down the value of No Jumper, man. I think Adam needs to think about what he got going up there and rearrange and move around some pieces, because it's looking bad up there, man. It's looking real bad.
I'll wait. I mean, what are we talking about? And what I said in that bullshit ass group text before I exited, because there's no reason for me to be in a group text with Flakko because you're on bullshit and I can't. What I look like sitting there texting back and forth with you, and nah, fuck no. Listen, what I said was, why is Flakko even in here? He haven't been to work since last year. The only day he came is when the bitch cried on Tuesday. He don't live in California no more, and plus he got a show with T-Rail. Don't you think he compromised Adam? Verbatim, that's what I said. He do a remote show with T-Rail now. Trail from back on Fig. They do a remote show. The man's in Texas. He's not even out here. Why is he in this No Jumper group text? That's what I said. And then he further goes into why I'm trying to speak bad on him. He the only reason why I'm on no jumper. And all right, go ahead, next clip.
Munchie B has been dissing me for the last couple months, maybe 5 or 6 months, but he crossed the line with this and the other things he said that I'm probably going to review in another video. He told just some bold-faced lies on me, even tried to allude that I'm on the registry, which is not true at all, right? Like, absolutely not true, right? Like, you know, like try to allude that I'm a felon. It's not true at all. But the sad part about this is I was the one who vouched for Munchie B. When I first got to LA, I knew of Munchie B. I was a fan of Munchie B. And I wanted to bring Munchie B for a no jumper interview. Everybody says no. We're loyal to Draco. Munchie B is unhinged. He's problematic. We don't want him in the building at all. I kept pushing. It took a year and a half of me pushing every day to bring Munchie B to no jumper for an interview. After the interview, I pushed for Munchie B and Spider Loc to have a show, even saying, yo, I'll do the show with them if they can get a show. Adam said, like, we don't really want him in the building right now because, you know, we have other people who love Draco, other people who are associated with and with Draco. We like him being live is a liability. We just don't want those problems right now. I said, yo, I would do the show on Melrose. I would do the show on Melrose. I would pay for the engineer, for everything to do the show just because I want Munchie B to get an opportunity. Ultimately, I was able to convince Adam to let Munchie B, Spider Loc, and me do the show. The show got canceled, even though the numbers were great, due to politics and other people in the building not feeling comfortable with Munchie B being there. What happened was, after the show got canceled, I still kept pushing. I brought Munchie B on the news the first time. Listen, I left for like 4 months, came back, and the first chance I get to produce a show, I brought Munchie B on. After Munchie B was live on the news, Adam came and said, man, listen, man, the building, people are complaining about Munchie B being on the news. I like Munchie B. I want him here, but I got to go with the people already here. It took me politicking, pushing, even making enemies with certain people who didn't like what I was doing for Munchie B. And until I fought for Munchie B to come back.
Like me. You know what I'm saying? Wacc don't like Spider. So what Wacc tried to do, he tried to put the little fear, install fear on Paul Rule. They come up here on Paul Rule. Y'all, they better not be live, bro. So that's when Flakko was like, man, we'll do it on Melrose. True enough. However, we still end up in the building, right? Now, when he say people not comfortable, Brick Baby wasn't sure if I was gonna come with an entourage of Inglewood families or, you know what I'm saying? And Flakko even told me it was a particular name that he was worried about, right? So, that was Brick Baby issue. You know what I'm saying?
All right, man, we're gonna get into this next content, man. Just sit back.
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.
Next on the chart, speaking on shows.
Alright, man, check this out, bro. We got Brian Blake. He got some more darts going at Wacc. Wacc used one informant to take down 19 people. They never saw it coming. Big use case is about to expose the truth. Let's get to it, right?
Him down in any way possible. Since Big U's arrest, and even for some time prior to, Wacc has been on this campaign, and one thing that he has done is he's painted this image of Big U in the public's eyes of him being a monster and of the feds having so much incriminating evidence against him that we'll possibly never see him on the streets again. A lot of people listen to Wacc for some reason. I don't know why, but a lot of people listen to him. And it's the way that he words things and says things with such confidence that makes people think, well, damn, this guy must really know what he's talking about. Today, I'm going to play a clip from Wacc, maybe a couple of clips from Wacc, but I'm also going to show y'all some paperwork. And the reason I'm doing this is because I just want to show y'all how important it is to actually read the paperwork. If you are going to follow a case, you want to stay up to date on the case, read the paperwork for yourself. If you are going to follow somebody else who is covering a case, follow somebody who actually reads the paperwork where you can see it and they break it down to you in a manner that you can understand, where you can look at the words that's on the paperwork and still see the translation that you're hearing. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to comprehend something once it's explained to you and you know the meaning of words and stuff. So today we're going to play these clips And then I'm gonna read some of the paperwork just to show y'all how different what Wacc is saying on the internet is from what the government is saying in the paperwork.
You don't like to talk about your guy, but you know you're missing some content, not covering the content.
Which content?
Bro, 20,000 wiretaps.
All right, let's talk about that. So just today, it was released that the feds have 20,000 hours. No, 20,000 different wiretaps. Yeah.
And 60 gigs of evidence
on Big U
outside of the. I mean, they wanted him because they could have stopped at 1,000 wiretaps. They could have stopped at 500.
That's why he scratched his head. He was about to lie. He lying now. That nigga was scratching his head. He was coming up with some type of quick manipulation. This nigga wild.
Okay. But what's even crazier,
how long do these wiretaps go back for? How many years?
Well, we understand the investigations on the Rolling 60s and the Big U Enterprise started in 2021. But this is where I think things get crazier. I'm hearing there's a bunch of
Sorry, I just want to interrupt you real quick. So they basically said that what they call the Big U Enterprise from at least 2010 until his arrest. So they've been watching this for 15 years.
They've been watching him? Well, you don't like to talk.
Now, of course, Wacc has to sensationalize this because he wants everybody to believe that Big U is done. This is a great effort at poisoning the jury pool because Vlad, Adam, all of these different platforms that he goes on, they reach millions and millions of people around the world, but most definitely millions of people in the United States, and certainly millions of people in the state of California, where Big U's trial is likely to be held unless he gets a district change or something. So if people come into this thinking, man, this is a really bad guy, I've heard this and that about him. And some people don't have the sense to say, okay, y'all got 20,000 wiretaps, but what is on them? People just hear 20,000 wiretaps and like, oh, he's done. He must be a terrible guy. 20,000 wiretaps. When the truth is, it shouldn't take 20,000 wiretaps. It shouldn't take 500 wiretaps if he's doing what y'all saying he's doing. But it took so much because they had to go through so many different conversations just to find small pieces of the conversations and turn those small pieces into a story to fit their narrative. So since everybody has been running content on this 20,000 wiretaps, I felt like it would be a good time to address a recent document that has been put out. I want y'all to take a look at this. On March 27th of 2026, Big U filed a motion in limine, which was basically a motion to admit the complete recordings. He was invoking the rule of completeness, arguing that the government's allegations rely heavily on clandestine recorders and covert cameras, as demonstrated by the government's own warrant affidavits. In obtaining search and wiretap warrants in this case, the government's case agents have established a documented methodology of isolating inflammatory fragments from these recordings while omitting contemporaneous dialogue that materially alters and in many cases completely inverts the meaning of those fragments. So he's saying, hey, these guys listened to some of these wiretaps, took small phrases out of them, inflamed them in an incriminating way, and doctored up these affidavits and stuff to get search warrants and arrest warrants. The government would respond to this. In this response, the government would admit a few things. They would respond saying that the rule of completeness, Rule 106, requires only those portions that in fairness ought to be considered at the same time, not entire recordings. But they would also admit in the same paragraph, line 24, it says, moreover, the majority of quotes intercepted from calls or interactions, and certainly the most damning, were all included in the criminal complaint, indictment, and superseding indictment directly. So what they are saying is the most damning pieces of evidence that they got from these wiretaps on Big U was in the indictment. Now, when you look at the indictment and you see some of the stuff that's in here, it makes you wonder how strong this case really is. When you look at this indictment and you see stuff like this, in Overt Act 23, the government alleges that Big U explained his motivation for committing murders on behalf of the Big U Enterprise, stating, what you guys see on the internet, Y'all keep hearing other people who don't have nothing to talk about but sell. Let me explain something to you. If I would have had a problem with any man, color, creed, or kind, the issue would have been resolved and he wouldn't be here. And he goes on to say stuff like, nobody can stand against me, been in this as long as I've been in this and still be who they are, like I'm who I am. But the important part to me is he says, and this wouldn't be so funny to me. Listen to this. Out of all this stuff they saying shows how violent and this explains him doing murders, he says in this same conversation, and this wouldn't be so funny to me. So this tells me that somewhere in this conversation, they were laughing about something. It was something that was brought up and he was laughing about it like, man, look, man. Yeah, but keeping it real, if I was really on that, man, I'd be on that. And it wouldn't be nobody that'd be able to stop me. But I ain't on that, bro. A situation like this wouldn't even be funny to me if I was really on that. I'd be out here tripping. That's basically what he was saying. But they took just the part where he said, I'd be out here tripping and said, ooh, see, that's why he do it. And I still don't get it. Y'all saying he explained his motivation. So you saying that his motivation is he want to be out here the longest? That's what you saying his motivation is? He want to be out here the longer than everybody? He want to be in the streets longer than everybody? That's the only thing I could take from this. And that's a direct contradiction to everything that he do in the community. That's why I said it's funny. But the most important part to me is him saying this wouldn't be so funny to me. It tells you that they were talking about a laughing matter. This 20,000 wiretaps is nonsense. That's how many different wiretaps they had to get in order to come up with 40 or 50 different one-liners in order to make this dude look away. This case is not near as bad as people are making it sound, but the purpose of this video was to show y'all that the most damning, according to the government, this ain't me saying the most damning wiretap evidence that they have against Big U is the stuff that's in the indictment. Nowhere in that indictment does he confess to committing a murder. Nowhere in that indictment does he confess to extorting people. Nowhere in that indictment do they have a wiretap saying he confessed to killing Nipsey Hussle. All of these different narratives that people have been running with, on even with the check-in stuff. Nowhere in the indictment do they have language that says Big U was on the wiretap saying, if they don't check in, we gonna do something to them. None of that.
Yeah, man, that's a fact, bro. I really don't think they got a lot. I don't think this case really holds up and really hold the water, they saying. And we stick to powerful prayers, get powerful lawyers, Allah's gonna see him through, But this is crazy, right? Gotta get to this, man. What y'all think, man? Is it over for your boy Big U? Free Big U. We going to get to this Pooh Shiesty, man. Reactions, man. Pooh Shiesty Big30 and Gucci Man. Gucci Man was allegedly held by gunpoint, forced to sign release of Pooh Shiesty. They said Big30 was outside of the studio, going live, recording the shit. It was all set up with his dad, my boss. This is crazy, right? Let's get to it.
You do that, we don't even know, we ain't see none of that.
Yeah, you just know I heard about it.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Just, wish he wasn't in here.
Nah. What? Come on, man. Hey, the way he tried to pop it, I thought he did some time or something. Like he been through that motherfucker. I said, oh, this bitch been watching Power or something. I don't know what the fuck he think this is. He was on TV. Come on. Come on, man. Hey, man, how much time you got, man?
Man, I'm here for a minute.
All right, then. Say that then, man. Say that then. That was on. 32 what?
Up in that shit like y'all doing inside. Nigga, please, nigga. They got $1 million, nigga. Broke ass nigga. Shit make a nigga heart hurt, boy. Don't make these niggas happy. These niggas ain't happy on home. Step to me, fuck niggas. I would love to, nigga. I don't care. You see me, my wife, you can step to me. I'ma smoke you. You know what's going on with me. Yeah, I ain't gonna tell nobody, not even the police. I don't believe in none of that shit. The only thing I believe in is don't tell the police. Soft ass nigga. It's the only thing I believe in. That's it. Keep it in the street. That's my only rule.
We got to do something with them motherfuckers. I ain't them motherfuckers destroy America. They the gremlins. Now take and them children of the corn. Them Pooh Shiesty motherfuckers is the gremlins. Y'all, man, go watch the movie Gremlins and see how fast them motherfuckers multiply and destroy. They some violent motherfuckers. You ever listen to that boy lyrics?
That nigga Chelsea White. Sometimes it be, a lot of times it be on some off the wall shit, but sometimes it be dropping some jewels. You know, give credit where credit is due.
Man. Say, man, them girls scared the police. Yeah, they scared the police, huh?
Yeah, man, for real.
Pooh Shiesty, man, I don't know who writing his lyrics. The devil, how that boy think of all this? As young as he is, man, how that little think all that shit? How he know about all them guns? How he know how to kill the way he kill? Man, that's a dangerous motherfucker. Yeah, but I like that. Boy, I ain't bullshit. I like that little.
Would you like the authenticity or what? Like,
I like his influence. And you can see a meekness to him. And you can tell he the little game related. Just hearing little shit he say. He a different breed of a youngster, homie. He done seen some, he done heard some, and he's sharp enough to articulate it. And it make him real dangerous. Yeah, it make him real dangerous, homie. But he's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah. Like, what do you predict, like, with his career? Because, you know, the energy that those type of rappers give out, you know, you definitely get back.
He ain't just really giving out the culture is destructive anyway, right? The hip hop culture, the black culture is destructive and detrimental anyway. So he's born into it.
Rapper Pooh Shiesty is facing prison time after pleading guilty to a gun charge in Miami federal court. The case against Lontrell Williams Jr. stems from 3 shootings during the past 2 years, 2 of them happening right here in South Florida. In October of 2020, prosecutors say that Williams and another man shot 2 men after arranging to buy marijuana and high-end sneakers from them. Then in May of last year, Williams was accused of shooting a security guard in the leg at a Miami strip club. Prosecutors say he could get up to 20 years in prison, but attorneys from both sides are reportedly seeking a shorter sentence to roughly 8 years in prison instead.
I'm saying, like, what was y'all childhood like? Cause I seen you posted this picture the other day. You said with the gun, you said they threw 12 on me at 11. Yeah. You had the ankle monitor on at 11. I'm like, God damn, this nigga really living like that. You know what I'm saying? So what was your childhood like?
Wow. Shit. Wow, I was lost learning.
It was wild in there. He was 11 with an ankle monitor. He was getting a lot of trouble. We gotta be in our kids' life, and we gotta raise them, man. We gotta nourish them. We gotta talk to them. We gotta give them some positive, reinforcements. We definitely gotta show them, give them some direction. Not down to a destructive road, because this is what his family has done. Even though it's glorified. It seems that he bossing up and all that. You put a strain on your family, going to prison and all that type of stuff.
That's how I got up to her. Just like any other kid for real, but I ain't gonna lie, I was just moving around more.
What about your pops and shit? Was your pops around?
Yeah, most definitely. Paul been around from the start unless he was locked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only time he went around.
I
how is your post to your mom? I think I read it. I started to do it. So, I told her, and your dad too. Think of your back.
Truthful information which assists in the investigation or prosecution of other individuals, and complete and truthful testimony at subsequent proceedings when needed. The defendant acknowledges the government determination of whether the defendant has fully cooperated and provided substantial assistance, and the government's assessment of the value is solely in their discretion. So what you just read was his plea agreement, but his plea agreement includes a clause that says there is an anticipated 5K1 motion, meaning that he's already done the work and they are waiting on the 5K1 downward departure. If you don't know what a 5K1 is, ask his father for him to look over it and make sure that it was what it needed to be. According to the documents, he said, make sure it has a date on it and made Gucci sign the date. This deal and says, hey, Gucci took me into this meeting with these people. If Gucci doesn't cooperate, then he can possibly become an accomplice. They could say it was all staged. You know, it's a lot of different angles that could be taken in this. But one thing that I want to focus on, and I feel like more people should focus on, is the fact that according to the documents and the information that's been released, this shit was planned by Shiesty's father. According to the documents, Shiesty's father is the one who rented the cars. Shiesty's father is the one who went to the printing place to get the contracts printed out. Shiesty's father is the one who looked over the contract after Gucci was allegedly for.
Yo, that's crazy. Now it sounds crazy when you hear about it. But the lawyer could find a angle on all that. So, you know, we gotta wait and see. This is crazy at the end of the day. There's better ways that you should do this type of stuff. You want to get out your contract or you want some changes in your contract, you need to go and get that lawyer, man. You got an ankle monitor. You ain't even supposed to be caught up in none of that type of stuff. This is not a smart move.
Forced to sign it. I'm gonna show y'all this document, but according to this paperwork, after Gucci was forced to sign it, the document was handed to Shiesty's father for him to look over it and make sure that it was what it needed to be. According to the documents, he said, make sure it has a date on it and made Gucci sign the date. And since then, one of the main topics has been the fact that Gucci Mane snitched. But I got a question for people. What do you do in a situation where you are victimized basically by someone who you know to be a confidential informant, someone who you know to be somebody who will tell on you, you know, if the shoe was on the other foot? Now, this plea agreement from Pooh Shiesty's father has...
Yo, that's nasty work. But he didn't know that it was confidential. Or did he know?
Been floating around the internet, and a lot of people seem to be confused by it. People looking at it and saying, oh man, that's just a plea agreement. That ain't telling. Y'all gotta learn how to read documents. You can't... People hear the word snitching, telling, and they start looking for a statement. They start looking for, this person said this happened on this day. It don't always go like that. Especially when y'all in this realm where y'all discussing paperwork and who rats and who not. You got to learn how to read this. So what we're going to look at right now is right here at paragraph 4. It says, based on the defendant's ongoing and anticipated future assistance to the government, it is contemplated that the government may recommend to the court a departure in the defendant's sentence pursuant to U.S. Sentencing Guidelines 5K1. So he got a 5K1. This would be solely within the discretion of the government and is not part of the plea agreement. Substantial assistance is understood by both parties to require good faith during all phases of the cooperation period, including the defendant's provision of complete and truthful information which assists in the investigation or prosecution of other individuals, and complete and truthful testimony at subsequent proceedings when needed. The defendant acknowledges the government determination of whether the defendant has fully cooperated and provided substantial assistance, and the government's assessment of the value is solely in their discretion. So what you just read was his plea agreement, but his plea agreement includes a clause that says there is an anticipated 5K1 motion, meaning that he's already done the work and they are waiting on the 5K1 downward departure. If you don't know what a 5K1 is, let me break this down to you. A 5K1 downward departure is...
That's correct. Yep. 5K1.1 downward departure is a federal sentence mechanism allowing the judge to impose a sentence below the U.S. sentencing guideline range or below mandatory minimum.
The federal sentencing mechanism allowing a judge to impose a sentence below the U.S. sentencing guidelines range or below a mandatory minimum because the defendant provided substantial assistance in investigating or prosecuting another person. The motion must be filed by the government, not the defense. So a 5K1 is not something that your lawyers can go in there and say, hey, you want to file a 5K? Only the government can do it after you have cooperated. If they saying they anticipate a 5K1 is coming, that means you done already did the work and you done already told them something. They just sitting back waiting on everything else to be finalized before they actually take the time off. Key aspects of a 5K1 downward departure: government requirement. Only the prosecution can file a 5K1 motion, usually as part of a plea agreement. Substantial assistance. The defendant must provide meaningful help, such as testifying or providing information about other criminals. So you cannot get a 5K1 unless you didn't testify or told something. And then it says court discretion. While the motion is required to initiate the process, the court determines the extent of the reduction. So it's all based on how much you cooperate.
Did you ever get a 5K1?
No, I went to jail before then. Right? So you got listen to me. Everybody went to jail after 2010. Got a 5K1. I guess. So mama, and then if I was playing, these white niggas don't give a fuck. They tell you. Everybody went to jail after 2010. I was like, oh mama, they got a 5K1 yesterday. That's what I thought. But they gonna say they just on the dead, let's just on the live in the dead, so it's kind of like a crazy.
Now, as we can see here, Pooh Shiesty's father has had a 5K1 on his paperwork since 2009. I seen Wacc posted this. I posted this.
This nigga been working since 2009. Nasty work. That's nasty work. He been working since 2009, brothers. Wow. The streets is dead, y'all. It's a quick way to go to prison. Throw your life away.
This years ago, but I seen Wacc post this, and people were in the comments saying that it was fake paperwork. So one thing I will say, I don't like Wacc. He's absolutely not credible to me in any type of way. So I'm not mad at all at people for saying that the paperwork is fake. I'm not mad. I'm just insane. I don't be believing these dudes either. But I advise you to go and actually look for yourself. Go do the homework. Y'all know that's what I preach over here. Go do the homework, do the research, look it up for yourself. You'll see that it's a real document. It's a real thing. Now, next is the question of whether or not Pooh Shiesty actually knew about this. So let me give y'all my take on that as well. A few months back, Pooh made this post and said, I love the Out of Mind. I don't need nobody. Ain't no questions about what we hitting on. It's history books on our bloodlines. People think this. He said, niggas, this shit deeper than some weak ass rap music. Ask Memphis, Tennessee, not YouTube or social media. You blogger believe in that. So this right here was a rant that he went on a few months ago. And it was him professing his love for his father. And he said, man, ask Memphis, Tennessee what we hitting on. Not no YouTubers, not no bloggers. So, you know, it was pretty much my opinion and take on it that Shiesty was being questioned about his father's paperwork. You know, with him going to the feds and people doing this whole paperwork thing now this information is being brought up and is being brought to him, and he don't know how to respond other than just, nigga, that's my dad, and he, you know. But at the same time, I feel like that motivated him to go on this crash out mission. You know, it's like, damn, my street credibility is what made me a star. And now people trying to strip the street credibility from me by saying that I'm riding around with an informant, told the informant around. I can't kick him out the business because it's my daddy. He helped me get here. So,
hey man, go check out Brian Blake, man. He got a lot of great content on this channel. This nigga pulled up with the informant. Pooh Shiesty knew that his dad was an informant. He knew it, but they ain't gonna do that, bro. He knew it. He knew it. But he pulled up with this informant, mass individuals allegedly with choppers and all that. Somebody got choked out till they was unconscious. Gucci Man was forced to, you know, sign away his rights to Pooh Shiesty. And this man did it all while him and another person on ankle monitors. This is some wild shit. Well, they saying that these dudes may not have no real evidence. Pooh Shiesty coming home. Yeah, got re-arrested after this. My words to them. Happy Easter, everybody. Hope y'all have a good time, blessed moment with your family and all. Pooh Shiesty coming home. Feds have no evidence. He robbed Gucci and no footage. Video footage is this. Let's get to it.
Or Big30 possessing a gun or threatening Gucci during an alleged robbery in Dallas. Make sure y'all smash that like button and subscribe to the channel.
Ron, thank you. Now to a new development tonight in the arrest of Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty. He and 8 others are charged with kidnapping rapper Gucci Mane. Shiesty's father, Lontrell Williams Sr., and another Memphis rapper known as Big30 appeared in federal court today. Action News 5's Caitlin Miller was in the courtroom in downtown Memphis. So Caitlin, fill us in. What happened today?
Yeah, Joyce, so they're actually still in there. But what I can tell you is that a special agent from the FBI, Marcellus Hobbs, from the Dallas Violent Crimes Task Force, took the stand. And defense attorneys...
Remind you, his dad had got a bond. I think it was $200K or what. So we don't see, man. It seemed kind of crazy, this whole setup. This was... I mean, I don't know, man. This could be the way the internet play and the way the industry is, man. There's so many plays being run. What's the case?
For Lontrell Williams Sr., Pooh Shiesty's father, and Rodney Wright Jr., also known as rapper Big30, asked Hobbs a key question. Is there any hard evidence, like video surveillance, showing either man possessing a gun or threatening anyone? And Hobbs said no. He also testified that no concrete evidence was found in Wright's car or Williams' homes when they were arrested. But even so, the judge ruled there is still probable cause for both men and all defendants who appear today based on cell phone data, outside surveillance video, and victim statements that stand uncontested. Right now, we're still waiting for the detention decision, so we're watching to see whether they'll be held or released as we move forward. Thanks, Joyce. This is Caitlin Miller. Action.
Pooh Shiesty may beat this case, well, at least avoid a life sentence. Let me give y'all the update on Pooh Shiesty's father and Big30 situation. Pooh Shiesty's father, Lontrell Williams Sr., was granted strict home incarceration and was only permitted to leave his home for court after he was given a $250,000 bond. But the Fed said, "Hold up. Wait a minute." The government moved to pause his release because they intend to appeal and ask the court to revoke his bond entirely, arguing he should remain in custody pending trial. So basically, they want him to fight this case from jail. Yo Gotti lawyer, Arthur Horn, spoke out on Big30 behalf, and this is what he had to say. Check it out.
He doesn't have a criminal history, he doesn't have a criminal record. He's been making music for a number of years. He and Pooh Shiesty kind of came up in the music game together, and they were sort of like, they're very close, and they made, you know, some magical music. I just...
Yeah, he may get a bond.
hope that people will wait to pass judgment on Rodney and these other individuals until all the facts come out.
As y'all heard, the feds have no hardcore proof or video that Pooh Shiesty, Big30, or Pooh Shiesty's father threatened or robbed Gucci. What they do have is victim's statement, like Gucci, the cameraman, Gucci friend, and 2 off-duty officers with the video footage of before and after the alleged robbery. But let's get into the paperwork first. And here we go. On January 10, 2026, at approximately 4:50 p.m., victims who will be referred to throughout this affidavit by their initials or collectively as the victim. RD, who is Gucci, MM is the cameraman, BP is Gucci friend, were kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint at a music studio located on Dallas Parkway in Dallas, Texas. This location is within the Dallas division of the Northern District of Texas. At approximately 1 p.m. on January 10th, 2026, the victims flew into Dallas, Texas alongside RD head of security, who referred to as CW, and the other security officer referred to as TD, for a scheduled business meeting between RD and the suspect, Williams Jr. Williams Jr. is a hip-hop artist known as Pooh Shiesty and has been signed to a recording contract for RD music label 1017 since approximately 2021. RD and Williams Jr. was scheduled to meet because Williams Jr. was upset with the terms of his contract and wished to be released from his contractual obligation. Williams Jr. had asked RD if come to Dallas on this date so they can meet about business. At approximately 1:45 p.m., CW and TD and the victims arrived at the scheduled meeting location, a music studio located within a large office building. When CW and TD and the victims entered the office building, they realized the recording studio owned by individual referred to as JN was closed. While they waited for the studio to open, the five went to the liquor store and purchased liquor and plastic red Solo cups before returning to the studio. Williams Jr.'s father, Williams Jr. Sr., called JN multiple times on the day of the meeting at approximately 2:53 p.m. JN answered the phone and learned that Williams Sr. was attempting to book a recording studio that afternoon for Williams Jr. and RD to record music. At or around 3:15 p.m., JN opened the studio for RD, MM, BP, CW, and TD. Investigators later collected and reviewed surveillance footage captured at another business located in the same office building on the same floor as the recording studio, which shows Williams Sr. outside of the office building. At approximately 3:27 p.m. on January 10, 2026, Left, Williams Sr. appeared to be speaking with someone on his cell phone before entering the building at around 3:28 p.m. Right at approximately 3:39 p.m., an employee of the studio arrived to assist with production. When the employee arrived, Williams Jr. and Williams Sr. was standing at the back door of the office building, engaged in what appeared to be an argument over the phone. Approximately 3:43 p.m., Williams Jr., Williams Sr., Wright Johnson, Waters, Rogers, Gibson, Glover, and Daniel entered the east side of the office building. The target suspects walked through the lobby area of the office building before going into the studio. One individual with the dreadlocks hairstyle, later identified as Gibson, can be seen on video exiting the office building and shortly thereafter returning with a bag slung over his shoulder. It says Wright is also known as the hip-hop artist Big30. The 9 individuals entered the studio control room, where inside the victims were watching a football game. CW was positioned in the studio lobby while TD remained in the vehicle they arrived in. Depicted below are the photographs of the studio lobby. Left, studio control room. Right, studio recording room. Bottom, taken from Dallas Police Department, DPD, body camera, and crime scene photograph captured on the night of the offense. The victims overheard Williams Jr. talking on the cell phone, potentially with a probation or parole officer, stating that his caseworker had given him permission to be out for rec time. From that, the victims could hear Williams Jr. was informed that was not the case and he needed to return immediately. Williams Jr. agreed. Williams Jr. was wearing an ankle monitor, leading the victims to believe that Williams Jr. was on house arrest. RD told Williams Jr. they could reschedule a studio session, but Williams Jr. requested to speak with RD privately in the attached recording room. RD agreed and entered the recording room with Williams Jr., Williams Sr., and Wright. Meanwhile, MM and BP remained in the control room with 6 other individuals and continued to watch the football game. BP offered to share the liquor they purchased with the target suspects. At least 2 accepted, grabbing the red cups and making a drink. Inside the control room, Williams Jr. produced purported contract termination or release papers from a bag and told RD to sign. When RD declined, Williams Jr. became agitated and the pair started to argue. MM and BP could see inside the recording room and initially believed RD and Williams Jr. to be discussing business. But as MM saw the conversation intensifying, he texted CW, who was still in the music studio line. As the argument inside the recording room ensued, Williams Jr. instructed Wright to get his bag. Wright complied, leaving the recording room before returning with a bag. Williams Jr. then pulled out what to be a black AK-style pistol from the bag and pointed it at RD, demanding again that RD sign the contractual release paper. RD complied, signing the paperwork for Williams Jr., while Williams Sr. and Wright stood by. RD was not allowed to leave the recording room while he was held at gunpoint by Williams Jr. Wright pulled out a cell phone and purported to record RD signing the paperwork while being forced to say that he released Williams Jr. from their contract. After the release was signed, Williams Jr. took RD's wedding ring, watch, earrings, and cash. After RD signed the contractual release paper, Williams Jr. provided the paperwork to Williams Sr. and asked him if the paperwork was good. Williams Sr. advised that the paperwork needed to be dated, so Williams Jr. then forced RD to add a date next to his signature. The The remaining subjects, Waters, Rogers, Johnson, Glover, McDaniel, and Gibson, produced handguns or AR, AK style pistols and began to demand property from BP and MM. BP was pushed onto the couch in the control room, while an individual known to BP as CMO, Damn Fool, and part of Williams Jr. crew, later identified as Rogers, searched his pockets and stole his wallet. BP's chain and necklace bearing the moniker of 1017 were stolen from his neck by another subject he knew as Glizzy 375. Later identified.
Shit crazy. Hey man, we're gonna end it right there. I went a little bit too long. We're gonna get it together. Make sure y'all get in the comments what y'all think. Pooh Shiesty is over for him. They look at a life sentence. His dad, set this up. But they say they ain't got no evidence, no concrete evidence. What y'all think? And Munchie B, you think Munchie B gonna get this discipline handed down from his community? Y'all get in the comments, let me know what's going on. Send me, hit me in the DMs. It's your boy, Ill. We out this bitch.
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.
Got a grip, nigga, get a grip, nigga, with the gang and rolling with the Alpine bang and tree. Homie, what you got a bag?
FirstFamRadio.com. FirstFamRadio.com.
Nigga, got a grip, nigga, get a grip, nigga, with the gang and rolling with the Alpine